What's up guys, it's Natural Emblem. I am here today to tell you a little story about something that happened to me last school year. My junior year of school just ended, but this happened sophomore year, at the end of sophomore year, so about a year and like a month ago. So when you're in college, you have RAs, which stands for residential assistants. There are people who are a year above you or like older, and they're in charge of your floor. Like if there's like a problem on your floor, then they take care of it, and then they like are on duty at different times and they like write people up and stuff. So anyway, last year mine was this guy, and I'm just gonna name him Tom for this video. So Tom and I didn't really like talk much at the beginning of the year. We met each other, we introduced ourselves, like we weren't like friends, we were acquaintances, and we said hi to each other and we saw each other and whatever. And he lived like right next door to like the room that I lived in. So one night toward the end of the year, I think it was like April, I was in my room, and I don't remember exactly what happened, to be honest. Something was happening in my room, and I was like getting really mad at like some of my roommates or something, like ones I didn't really know that well. I don't remember exactly what was happening, but I like didn't know what to do, so I like went over to his room just to like see if he had advice as to like how to deal with the situation. So I went over there and sat on one of the couches he had in his living room area, and I just started like talking about the situation and whatever it was with one of my roommates. So this like venting turned into me talking about like my life and how I looked at the school and looked at my situation, and just like more deeper thoughts as to like how I went about living my life and why I didn't like the school that I go to, and you know, stuff like that. And so we ended up talking for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and he was like, wow, I didn't realize that you like thought about stuff like this, that you like had deep thoughts. You don't seem like the type of person that would think about things this way. And I was like, okay, backhanded compliment, I guess. So I think this was when he maybe started to take like an interest in me, or at least like not even like in a romantic way, but like more of like, oh, like this person, you know, thinks like this or is like more interesting than I thought. So after this, he like started talking to me more. I'm pretty sure we like exchanged numbers this first time that I went to go talk to him, and you know, he just like would text me and like see how I was and stuff. And then like we started hanging out and stuff, and he asked me to go see a movie with him, so I was like, okay, sure. I went to go see like, what was it, 100 Cloverfield Lane or whatever that was. And so we went to the movies, we watched that, and I was like keeping it very casual because like for me it wasn't like a date, you know, I was just going to see the movie. And so when we went back to school, he was like, oh, do you want to come watch like the original? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. So like I went and watched the original with him, and after the movie was over, I could tell he was trying to like do something, like kiss me or something like that. And I was just, I don't know, like I wasn't obviously feeling the same way he was, and I felt bad, but like I didn't know what to do. So, you know, I just like hung out with him for a little bit longer, and then like I left. And I was like kind of on guard more after that, because like I could tell that he obviously liked me. And you know, like it wasn't like I was completely against like going out on a date with him or something like that, like because this wasn't a date, but like I just like wasn't, I don't know, like I wasn't like interested in him exactly like that. So like he was like a really nice person and all this stuff, but I don't know, like just something wasn't there for me. So after a few days, he texted me to like meet him in the hallway, like in like the middle of the night. It was like 12, like midnight or something, and he texted me. I was like, hey, can you like meet me in the hallway? I was like, okay. So I went out into the hallway, and he like asked me like on an actual date, and I was like, okay, sure. Because like as I said, like I wasn't opposed to like going on a date with him, but like at the time, like I was just like testing the waters kind of. Like I didn't really think that I had feelings for him like he did for me, but I figured like I would go on the date and like see how it went. And like 5 minutes into the date, I could tell that like it was not gonna happen. We went to the North End. If you are from Boston or like are near Boston, like you know what that is. So we went to the North End, and like we were just like walking around. I don't remember exactly what we did. I don't even think we went out to dinner or anything. I don't really remember. But we were walking around and he kept trying to like hold my hand, and like I just like at this point in the date, like this was like a little ways in, like we had just, nothing had happened. We were just like walking around and we went to, I think we like were gonna get pastries or something, but the line was too long, or I don't remember. But anyway, so we were like walking and I like didn't want to hold his hand because like I knew that if I went along with it, like I'd be giving off the impression that I was like interested in him like that. So like he would like grab my hand every once in a while and I would like find an excuse to take it away, or like I would hold my phone and like be typing on my phone, or like pretend to check my phone or whatever. And like I know it's probably like not the way to go about it, but it's just like in the moment I didn't know what to do, so I was just like I don't know. So I was like on my phone. We walked to like these swings that they have, and so we sat down on the swing, and like he kept like, he was like putting his arm around me and stuff, and like I just was not for it. Like I don't know, like I think it was, I was trying to be as obvious as possible without flat out saying like stop, but I don't know. So then this older couple like came and sat next to us, like in the swing next to us, and they were like, oh, are you guys on a date, like blah blah blah. And like he was like, oh, is this a date, like whatever, because I don't even know why he asked me that. I think that he asked me because like he could tell that I like wasn't into it, so I was like, yeah, like whatever, because like it was awkward, like these like older people are just over here like trying, I don't know, like whatever. So we were like on the swing for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, like let's go back. So at this point, like I really just wanted it to be over. Like I just wanted the night to be over, and I feel really bad because like I should have been more straightforward and like less like trying to drop hints and more just saying like, you know, this isn't working, like can we just like spend the rest of the like date as like friends. Like I should have said something like that, and like in the future hopefully like I remember to do that. And as we were going back to school, he was like, oh, do you want to hang out, like do you want to come back to my room, like blah blah blah. And I was just like in a really tough situation because I thought that I was like very clear throughout this whole thing that like I wasn't feeling it, but like here he was asking me if I wanted to go hang out with him in his room after, and I was like, no, like I don't. But anyway, I didn't say that. I was like, oh well, like Kim needs me. And like at this whole time I was like texting my roommate Kim, who was in the library, and so I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go meet her in the library, like I'll see you later. You know, like she wants to talk to me about something, so like I can't hang out, like whatever. And he was like, no, it's fine, like I can come with you to the library. And at this point, like I thought I had made it very clear, and like I feel really bad that like it came down to the situation that it did. But like I don't know, I really thought that I had made like a point that I wasn't interested in the way he was like especially at this point in the night. But I guess like I wasn't clear. So anyway, I was like, no, really, like it's fine, like I'm just gonna go meet Kim in the library. And he was like, no, like I'll come with you. And I kept saying like, no, it's fine. And I started walking to the library. We got off the bus, I started walking toward the library, and he was following me to the library. And I was like, really, it's fine, like Kim just has to talk to me about something, like just go back to your room, like it's not a big deal. He was like, no, like I'll come with you. And like I don't know, like I said that he said this a million times because that's actually how it happened. Like I said a million times like, no, it's fine. He was like, no, I'll come. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we get to the library and I like see Kim, and I like mouth help me because like I don't know what else to do. I'm just like, help me. So Tom sees like one of his friends and like his friend's girlfriend or something that he knows, and he was like, oh, look, I'm gonna go say hi to these people. I'm like, okay, you do that. So he goes over and like talks to them, and like I rush to Kim, who's like in a different section of the library, and I'm just like, Kim, like I can't do this. Like I've been so clear that I don't like him like that, and like I don't know what else to do. So he comes back after a little bit, after like I had like debriefed her on like what had happened, and he's like sitting behind me because I had taken the last seat at the table that they were at, and like there was like a couch seat behind me, so like he sat there. I was just talking to Kim, and he kept saying like, oh, like, you know, do you want to go back to my room now, or like I think I'm gonna go back to my room soon. And I'm just like, okay, like you do that, like whatever. And like I don't know, like eventually, like after maybe 30 minutes, he finally is like, okay, I'm gonna go back. And I'm like, okay. And so he gets up and like, I think like at this point, like I think he actually understood, because he got up and like rushed out of the library, like fast walked out of the library, and on his way out he like hit a poster that was like on a stand and like knocked over the poster and like had to like put it back up. And I just like, I couldn't even look because like I just felt so bad. Like it was honestly, I can't even imagine how I would feel if like someone did this to me. So I feel like a really horrible person. Like, don't get me wrong, and like you don't have to tell me that I'm like a horrible person for doing this, because I already know. But like, just in the moment, like I didn't want to, like, I don't know, like I was hoping we could get through the whole like date until we got back to school without like me having to say like, look, like I don't like you like that. Like I wanted to like text him to talk after and be like, look, like this is how I feel. But like it was so hard to do that, because like first of all, he wasn't getting the hints, and second of all, he wouldn't let me go see Kimba myself. I was like sitting in the library for a while after he left, and after like maybe 20 more minutes or so, probably a little more actually, I get a text from him and he's like, can you come out to the bridge, because it's like a bridge that connects the library to like another building. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, why is he back here? So like I got onto the bridge and I'm like, hi. And he's like, look, I'm really sorry about how tonight went. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I should have been more straight up and whatever. So we're like talking back and forth about like, you know, what went wrong and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, like, look, I'm really sorry. Like, I was like, obviously my feelings for you are not the same as yours for me, so like I just like don't think this is gonna work. And he was like, it's okay, like this is like my first date, like I don't even think I'm gonna count it as a date because like of how it went and whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. And then he's like, but I'm gonna try again next year. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm not over you. Like, he's like, I'm gonna try to get you to like me next year. Like, we can go on another date next year. Because it's like toward the end of the year, like the year was almost over. And I was like, what? Like, how does that make sense? Like, this is, okay, advice for all of you people. If you go on a date with somebody and they're obviously not interested, like, don't force like another date, or don't force like to try to get them to like you, because going on another date when the person's feelings are not mutual is just like gonna be disastrous every time. Like, if you want to try to get someone to like you, like hang out with them in groups like of friends, hang out with them in like settings that aren't a date, like stuff like that, so they get to know you as a person instead of just trying to force like a relationship. Like, that's not how that works. And I don't know if like that's what he was like trying to do. Like, he had never been on a date before, and I don't know, like he had just like never, I don't know, like pursued a girl that he liked, I guess. I don't really know like the whole story, but I guess that's like what he said. Yeah, so I was just like, that's okay, like you don't have to try again, like I don't really understand. And he's like, no, like I really like you, like I'm gonna try again next year. And like at this point, like I just didn't know what else to do. And I was just like, look, I mean, if you want to, but like I don't think anything's gonna come of it. Like, I was like walking away at this point. Like, he said this as I was like walking away, and I was just kind of like, I don't really know, like I don't know why. And like I was saying this as I was like walking toward the door of the library, and I was just like, okay, like bye. And now, and like I went back into the library and like told Kim, and I was just like, I don't even know what to do anymore. It was a really unfortunate series of events. I feel like really bad, I really do. And I don't know, like I honestly wish I could do it again and go about it differently, but I feel like the outcome would have been the same, because like he was just like so persistent, and I feel like no matter what I could have said, he would have still been like oblivious or choosing not to like listen to what I was saying and just like say that he was gonna, you know, try again anyway. So I don't really know. And since then, like our encounters have not been great. He like has been really judgmental. Like a lot of the things that I've said, like everything I say or everything that I like think or everything that I do is wrong, basically. Like the couple encounters that we've had, like that's just like what's happened, is like him telling me I'm wrong. So my camera died before my outro was recorded, but yeah, that's basically it. He's graduating, so whatever, but hope you guys are never in that situation. So yeah, thanks you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.